Welcome to an all-new episode of Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed, and it is live on the Plaza out here in Oklahoma City. I'm joined by Provo. He is from the band Everybody Panic, and Whitney. You know Whitney. She's been on the show. She does cosplay. She does videos, editing. What else do you do?
Who knows?
I heard she's also a prick.
Yeah. That's a story that we probably won't tell here.
Yeah,
but if you see Whitney out, ask her.
I'll
why
tell you all about it.
Yes, that. We try to keep it a family show, Provo.
Oh, my bad.
So
is prick an anti-family thing?
I might have to bleep it out.
I don't think that's one of the George Carlin words that you have to bleep out.
It isn't necessarily, but
okay,
here's the deal.
I apologize. I would not use the P word anymore.
Cameo is really our what's the TV people that
censors?
Yeah, the censors. You could call it that. And so I have to run it by Cameo.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he agrees that it's permitted for family.
Permitted. But yeah, so we're out here. It's a Friday night, which is why nobody else is here. No, Cameo and Bug, they had some issues they had to attend to, like, just life. So they couldn't be here. But it was really fun for me to get to hang out with Provo and Whitney. But first of all, let me tell you where we're at today, because as you can see, we're not surrounded by comic books. We are at Paint and Cheers. We tell you about them every week. They have all these great nights that they do stuff. Thursday night is Thirsty Thursday. Saturday, they actually have $2 sangria, and then like bottomless sangria. Not $2, I'm sorry.
What day was that?
Yeah, I just lied. It's bottomless sangria at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So
I'm assuming you didn't get my rider because I don't have a table full of sangria.
Yeah, we did not. But I do want to talk about riders later. So if you don't tell them, like, hey, Brad Reed said it was $2, because it is not. But it does kick off at 2. And then on Sundays at 2 p.m. they've got bottomless mimosas. So get out here, Paint and Cheers. You can reserve your seat, paintandcheers.com. Basically, you come out here, you could see the studio a little bit, but you paint, you have as much fun as humanly possible, and you get your drink on. So
cheers.
Yeah. So it's a good time. Like I say, reserve your seats, paintandcheers.com. Let's kick off the podcast and talk about Venom. We all got to see it this week.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so I don't want to get too spoilery on this episode. Because it's still pretty
fresh.
New. Yeah, so I
have a horrible memory for actual facts, so I probably will stay away from that in general.
Gotcha. So we won't spoil it for you yet. But
well, maybe if I start talking, I don't know.
Yeah. Provo doesn't.
Watch yourself.
He doesn't have the
Censor.
training.
We're gonna have to get somebody to censor me out here.
Yeah. But I do want to kind of talk about my overall feeling. There's Adam. Adam is the owner, operator, instructor out here at Paint and Cheers, and he helps everybody bring out their creative side. You don't even have to know how to paint. You come out here at Paint and Cheers, and he'll hook you up. So anyway, we all got to see Venom. First of all, let's talk about you, Whitney. How did you feel about it?
I loved it.
Loved it.
I loved it. It's incredibly funny. Man, it was really well done. It didn't. I'm getting tired in some of the films because they have these time points where I think they're trying to be serious and they're trying to get some emotion across. It's a freaking comic book. Can we get back to the comic bookness of it?
Yeah, I can see that.
So I really liked how they did it because it stayed pretty quick moving.
It did that, yes.
Yeah, I stayed involved in what was going on the whole time and didn't get distracted, and I was dying laughing most of the time. So for film's sake, man, I loved it.
Okay. I'm going to say that I liked it, but I was not in love with it. I thought that it was a good action movie. Tom Hardy's always great. I thought that it just kind of glossed over things that would have made it even better had they spent more time on it, just story-wise. And, like I say, next week I'll break it down a little bit more. But there was a couple of funny parts in it that really I did laugh out loud. Like I said, a lot of good action in it. CGI looked pretty good. But I just felt like the story, there wasn't a whole lot of depth to this movie as far as that goes. But like you said, it is a comic book movie. Provo, what did you think about it?
I thought it was good. I'm horrible at movies, though, so of course we were joking when we got there if I was even going to make it through the whole movie without falling asleep. And I didn't. It was the first time, I believe, ever that I started the movie asleep and then woke up for the rest of it. So
yeah.
What I remember of the rest of it, it was all really good. I think it was just like the initial story part that passed me out, and then it started getting crazy. And it's like, all right, now we're talking. And that kept me up from there.
And you're right about that, because there was a lot of setup at the beginning, like where they kind of established how the symbiotes got here and all that, and that took a little while. But then once Eddie Brock and Venom team up, it was on from there.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty
I'm glad
good.
you were there to explain that to me, because I missed that part. I just got straight to the action.
Well, and you missed one of the biggest plot holes in the movie, which was at the beginning. So
yeah, I'll watch it again when it comes out on DVD.
Yeah, you should do that. But
I will say I was doing my best to not think too deeply about it while watching it.
Right.
I've been taking film classes, and the guy I'm dating goes, "Okay, I need you to tell me how you liked it, but can you not tell me from a film student standpoint?" So I don't disagree with what you were saying, where there are some parts of it that I think could probably have brought the story made the story a little stronger. But I think you do kind of hit this weird spot there where it's when they're trying to make something that everybody's going to enjoy going to see, but still is entertaining enough for the little bit more intellectual of the population.
Well, so now that you've mentioned that, I wanted to know what interior meaning did you find? What did you think about the mise en scene? Tell me about. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, oh no, it just got real. Dude.
Yeah. Film classes.
We're breaking it down.
No, we won't get that in depth. But it's like you did say. I mean, if they try to make it too much like like some kind of important film, a lot of people might just be like, eh.
Dude,
Do you want these to be films or just
I work in public
movies?
health for a living, right? For my day job. I spend a lot of my day in serious mode. Mm-hmm. I go to movies because I just need to turn off for a minute. Mm-hmm. So, like, if I'm looking for a cry, it's going to be a movie that I'm going to watch in my house by myself where other people aren't watching me do it. I don't want to go to a movie theater so that I can cry in public because it's not going to be pretty. I just don't need to do that around other people. So, like, and I'm getting older, so I'm really hormonal, and I will cry at the drop of a hat. So I liked that it was just really kind of light and reading the comic books, I always remember Venom as being just really freaking funny.
Right.
And he had this strong sense of humor where I think what I loved about this was it wasn't the Tobey Maguire version.
Yeah.
Because that was
awful. Yeah. This movie is making a crap ton of money, so we'll definitely see a second one. And if you hang out for the end scenes, you'll get a better idea of what the second movie will be about, which was awesome. What was it? Oh, they did say that there was 40 minutes that they cut out of this movie. So I'm hoping when it comes out on Blu-ray and all that, we get like the full length maybe. And maybe there will be some of those things that I'll talk about next week that actually, they did cover. They just didn't put it in this final version.
Coming back on if there's a director's cut with an extra 40 minutes. I'm going to come back.
You have to. So last weekend I went with Provo's band, Everybody Panic, and we went to a few shows and had a really, really good time.
Yeah, man, it was a good weekend.
First of all, let's talk about your bus.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what kind of bus it is.
So we have a prison transport bus.
Yeah.
It was Washington State prison transport bus. It's like a shuttle bus.
Right.
With like slat windows with bars in them. And when we got it, it was like caged in. There was a cage in the back, a cage in the front, and then one that would divide the room up. And then there was 2 rows of chairs on either side all the way back. So we gutted it and had a friend that cut the cages into our actual beds, our bunks in the back.
Nice.
It's pretty intense. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite vehicles I've ever had. But
yeah,
it's pretty interesting to roll around anywhere in the country in a prison bus.
Yeah.
Because as you pass, everybody panics.
Yeah, I mean, we need it. We need our logo big on the side of it or something, so that people really start freaking out.
Yeah, but then isn't it kind of part of the cool thing about it is like there's a little anonymity in there?
Yeah. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We just show up in a prison bus and a bunch of rockers start getting out. They're like, oh, this is bad.
No.
What I really enjoyed was getting out. Like I think it was Sunday. We went to some restaurant. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, got the stairs in Kansas.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Big time. Got this
Scaring the locals
Yeah.
in Kansas. You got to watch out up there.
I think they were having their after church
Probably.
lunch, and the prison bus pulls up, and
That's the time you want to see a prison bus, right after church.
Prison bus full of rockers looking their best.
yeah,
Way too early in the day.
yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, we definitely scare people in Kansas. I noticed that. So.
Which
I mean, to be fair, I scared people
I'm pretty
in
sure
Kansas.
people in Kansas are just always scared.
Yeah.
They have the Westboro Baptist Church up there. So
Exactly.
they have something to be scared
You got to
about.
be scared.
my least favorite thing about Kansas is everything closes at like 10 to midnight. Nothing after
Yeah,
that.
get done playing a
I
show
feel like
and
you're
starving.
exaggerating on how late they're open.
Yeah.
Like 9 to 9:30.
I lived in Wichita for 8 years. I'm pretty sure 90% of the town closed at 8:30.
That's
Yeah.
what I was telling Provo because
It's
we were
like,
like,
what
let's
just
drive to
happened?
Wichita so we can find a Denny's that's open. Like
Yeah.
we were going to drive 2 hours for a freaking Denny's.
Yeah.
There's only one. There's
I was
only
like-
one that's open that late.
I was like, "Are you sure?" Because every time I've been to Wichita, everything closes at like
Yeah,
they've
Kansas.
already eaten and been in bed for 5 hours. In
There's like
Kansas.
one bar downtown that'll stay open late on a weekday,
Yeah, Kansas is a strange land.
and it's not a good one.
So back to your bus though, it's a rolling death trap. Is
It's
what I was
absolutely
getting
a
at.
rolling death trap. If you're not a calm person, you're definitely going to be panicking riding around the country. in
I
that
heard
thing.
about a lack of seatbelts. I believe
There's zero seatbelts unless you're the driver. There is no.
That's why I
seatbelt.
kept
Beds
saying,
and no
guys, I can
seatbelts?
drive.
Yeah.
I would gladly
Yeah.
drive to save my life right now.
Luckily, our people that drive are fairly safe
Yeah,
drivers.
they are.
So
They are.
we've only had, I think, in the whole time we've had that bus, one scare where I almost flew out of my bed. We were slamming on the brakes, and it was like, "This is it. This is where we die."
But it is.
We made it.
It is nice for you guys to be on the road and have like a little place where you can sleep.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
yeah.
I've lived in vans for years.
Yeah.
and, like, you can't stretch out. You can't stand
Right.
up.
Oh,
You're, like,
that's the
curled up in a
worst.
bench. Like, are we there yet? Because I just went out of here. So now it's like we literally have a full bus minus, like, a bathroom. So.
I remember in one of your vans, I had laid out and I had taken one seatbelt and put it
yeah,
on,
the
and
Sprinter.
another one, and I was like, this is probably just my body's going to go this way, but my head's going to go, boing,
Yeah.
and so I just, but I lay there in my bunk thinking. They've been all over the nation for years and years
We're not
and years.
dead yet,
and everything,
so.
yeah. So I know I'll make it tonight, and but I have like bus anxiety. Have you ever
Oh.
ran into people like that?
Ty has severe bus anxiety. He has nightmares while we're in the bus of wrecks. Like he has a recurring one that we're like driving off a bridge and that's the end.
Ooh,
Like
I do too.
I had
have
another bass player of mine years ago. Anytime we went over bridges, he would like start having panic attacks and stuff because it was like, oh man, this is it. This is where we go down. This is the end of the band.
Yeah.
For me, man, I'm pretty chill. Like I'm one of those people. Like if this is my time, then it's my time, and I'm gonna die out here on the road doing
I mean,
what I
you
love.
made
so.
it past 27,
Yeah,
so
I
you're
made it.
doing good.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
almost
that just-
to my 40s now, so
At that
I'm
point-
gonna be all right, I guess.
It's all just extra,
Yeah.
just extra sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, the worst was going through the mountains.
through the mountains. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Where California turns into Washington.
Oregon.
No, Oregon. Yeah.
That whole stretch from Washington from California, Northern California to Washington is fun.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. There's these mountains, and you're just. I was driving the Sprinter last year,
Yeah.
and I don't know that I had any business driving that. I think I almost killed your drummer Levi because he was laying in the back, and like a whole box of all your merch and
yeah.
everything fell on him.
Yeah.
And then the other time was we were going up this steep hill, and I lost power, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I want to also tell you about the time that I don't think I ever told you about when we went to Kansas. What was that? 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I was driving. I fell asleep 3 times.
Oh, no, I think you told me about that. Yeah.
3 times, Provo.
I'm
so.
sure there's been more than that many people
So
falling asleep.
Funny story. I didn't know that was a thing when I was a kid. And my driver's ed, I got my first chance behind the wheel and totally fell asleep with my instructor in the passenger seat.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sure he was terrified.
He had no idea. I stayed straight, apparently. I'm a really great driver as long as I'm asleep.
We had a driver. I wasn't in the car, but one of them in our driver's ed when I was a kid drove, like they stopped at a gas station, and he put it in drive instead of reverse and drove into the gas station. So I hope he's not driving anymore.
Nothing like that.
I hope that was his first and last experience driving.
Me too.
Probably not, though.
When I was a kid,
what's wrong with more traffic right now?
When I was a child, I was probably in the 5th grade, and 6th grade, and we were sitting there in class, and all of a sudden a bus comes right through the wall, and because up the hill was the junior high, and the bus driver, I guess, got out of the bus and didn't set the brake.
Oh, wow.
Rolled down the hill, came straight through the wall.
That's crazy.
A bunch of the kids got hurt. I was like the first one out. I was like, zoom. I was the Flash that day. Because our teacher saw it.
No wonder you have bus issues.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're
haunted by buses.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was crazy. So, we're not talking a lot about Everybody Panic the band, so I should mention that you guys have a few records out, and right now you're releasing singles.
Yeah. So we'll probably release the whole thing the first of the year, but we've just been releasing songs off of the new stuff and just getting it out there, keeping the name moving while we get everything else behind the scenes put together. So,
how many songs currently are out from the newer stuff?
There's 3 out of the 6 that we did.
So Dead Heroes, Bullets, and Power and Pain.
Power and Pain.
I love Power and Pain. I like all of those songs, but Power and Pain.
Yeah, this weekend was our first time to play it, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
kind of learning how to play it again.
Right.
Learning how to try to look cool while you play it. That's the real thing. Like, how do I headbang and play this part I can barely play?
Well, I don't know if people can see. You've got these dreads that are like way long. And I was wondering, because part of the show, you're just whipping those dreads around.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been saying you might be cutting them.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to cut them off and put them on his head.
But what will you do during the shows?
I'll probably just get a wig or something.
Yeah. Could you?
I'll tie them into my beard and then.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
You just need the weight to go somewhere new.
Yeah.
Can you make those into the dreads?
Yeah,
or like into your wig?
Probably.
That'd be awesome.
I've talked about doing that. Just shave them off and make a wig out of them, and then I can take them off whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
I'd need some serious glue to keep that on though, like headbanging, rocking out. It probably wouldn't stay.
Well, do you know of any, like, in the cosplay world, like how to keep the wigs on or anything? Do y'all have any,
I got so many tricks.
Tips?
Well, I mean, we use spirit gum a lot, especially with the lace front because it's got. I am.
I think
to find
too.
Alternatives. I'm allergic to the prosthetics too, and I
don't know if it was the prosthetic or the glue, but I did find out I'm allergic to one of them.
Yeah. I found out there are things you can do that puts a layer between your skin and what you're using. So they're out there. Google it.
Yeah. One year for Halloween, I had a bunch of like prosthetic wounds and stuff, and we glued them on, and I was like, about 20 minutes later, I was like, man, these are really hot. Something's burning. Like, something doesn't feel right.
Right.
Yeah.
We pull it off, and I'm just like red everywhere. I was like, probably not a good idea to use that stuff again.
Oh yeah, I have the same problem.
Yeah.
The last time I used a prosthetic, and this year I'll have to do it for Halloween. But I have to. This is so stupid. I use like Elmer's glue. And put a layer of glue on my skin first because that's non-toxic.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then put the glue on top of that and the latex.
That's a good idea. I'm going to have to try that sometime.
Because I break out like crazy anytime I touch latexy stuff.
Yeah.
I was wearing gloves too much for sciencey stuff and developed an allergy apparently.
Wow.
I used to in little school just cover my hand in glue and then peel it off.
Yeah.
Like I was so bored. So bored.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was always fun. It felt cool. Peeling it
Yeah.
off.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I didn't eat it. Did you
I feel
eat
like
it?
that was a regular
No, I didn't
event.
eat it. No.
I had people that were eating it in my class.
That's just weird.
That is weird.
No, I snorted it, but I never ate it. No.
Actually, my dreads when I first started them were Elmer's glue. They were like this long, and I just like put glue in them and made little spikes out of them.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that like the recommended way?
Probably not. Probably not.
If, in all honesty, I've wanted dreads like most of my life.
You can have mine. I'm going to cut them off. You can just take them.
Well, and I saw a video recently of a girl who did dreads, and she started out with real dreads, and then just went and got the extensions. And I was like, man, that looks hella easier.
Yeah, my girlfriend
why
got
isn't
the
everybody
extensions,
doing that?
and that was. I was
I'd
kind
do
of jealous
that.
that she was able to just
Yeah.
get rid of them at one point. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, she showed a video of her taking them out.
I wanted to do dreads like Zach De La Roca,
oh, yeah.
but now I just like I can't do it. Like I can't have dreads and Provo have dreads. That
Yeah.
just
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to cut them off so you can have them, and then
There you go.
we'll just take turns. Everybody can have a week with them or something.
By the way, I saw
Done.
the funniest
I need
thing
to
the
try
other
it out
day.
before I buy them.
Yeah, try before you buy.
I saw the best thing the other day. It was a picture because that show we did was at Rocktoberfest in Kansas,
Yeah.
and they had a picture of Everybody Panic and
Provo from Everybody Panic.
guitarist, and it was the
It
guitarist
was
from a
not me.
different band with dreadlocks.
Yeah, it was not me.
Do y'all have
Wait, that's not me.
Is there like a secret group, a secret handshake?
No,
for
but
guys with
my
dreads.
singer believes that all of us, every person with dreads, knows each other through our dreads.
Yeah.
It's like an avatar thing or something.
Yeah,
Like,
you got
somehow,
symbiote in
like
your
we
dreads.
have like
You
this
just
connection.
connect dreads at one point.
Like, download your information. We're good. Let's go.
La, la.
So I don't. It's funny though. That whole day, like our fans were out there, like before we got there, coming up to me, man, I thought that was you. Almost grabbed this guy. It's not you. It was like, no, mine are a little bit longer than his. And then, of course, they post a picture. Check out Provo from Everybody Panic. I was like, that's not none of the above.
One thing.
Just a dude.
Yeah.
One thing
the
I
hair.
noticed on the road, we did get some barbecue and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
that was
that's
nice.
good.
But it's not
Dudley's.
like the big party that everybody thinks
No.
it is.
I mean, there's a lot of fun to be had, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's not like the 80s where people were like doing blow-off tables as long as you could
Right,
see. And
right.
There were just girls everywhere
Yeah.
all the time.
No.
Half the time we're like literally sitting on our bus napping or
Yeah.
like trying to save energy to make it through. Like the first night we played at 1 a.m.
Right.
We're a bunch of old men trying to play at 1 a.m. Like, man, it's past my bedtime.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a nap before we go on stage.
So,
I'd be in trouble. I go to bed at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's me lately.
Tonight's
It's been
late
tough,
night.
man. We saw that one. It was like, how many naps can I get before 1 o'clock in the morning? Because I don't think I'm going to make that.
now there has been times though where in Everybody Panic and other bands that you've been in, where you've got a rider.
Oh yeah. Sometimes.
So tell me about like the funniest things on the rider.
For us, I mean, it's nothing like too crazy, but we would get socks at one point. Like,
Well, that's practical. I mean, right? Because it's
We would-
easier to just toss the socks.
yeah. So we would just ask for enough socks for the whole band.
Yeah.
And then we'd show up, throw the socks away, put on new ones, and then we never had a dirty sock in the van
Right.
situation. But there's so many funny things, man. Like, Van Halen started it with the Eminem thing. Which
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that was because they were just like rock stars or whatever, but it was really like their test. They put, was it No Brown M&Ms or whatever color? Like, that was in their rider, and they knew that if they showed up to the club and there was brown M&Ms, that something was wrong. So there was time to start checking for all the other stuff.
Right, like they weren't paying attention.
Yeah. Because, there's a lot of details when it comes to a contract for a band, and especially
Yeah.
at that level, they're like, you're building a house for them, basically, when they show up. So that was
man.
that was their check. They knew if the brown M&Ms were wrong that they were not paying attention to
Interesting.
details, and they would have to go back through
That's
and see what else was wrong.
important too. My dad used to cater rock concerts, and
Yeah.
we did the Metallica Summer Sanitarium tour.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And Lincoln Park has a list
Oh, yeah.
as long as daylight, but it's important stuff because
Yeah.
each one of them has a different dietary restriction
Absolutely.
too.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to pay attention to those
Yeah.
things. Take pride in your job, guys.
What was one thing though that you put on there thinking never will happen and they actually did for you?
Oh man, I don't even know. What did we put? It's been rough because I haven't really even sent in riders lately. I've just been like, give me some food and some drinks, and I'll be fine. I don't know, man. Like that's a tough one.
Maybe next time I'll put I want like a cod, like a fish, like on ice.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see if they do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make up some ridiculous stuff. And
I mean, I feel like socks and underwear on the list is a good game plan. If I never had to wash socks and underwear again, I'd be happy.
Yeah, that was my whole goal in touring for a long time was I'd take all my old socks with me, and those were just like in between. If I'm getting them at the venue, I have a new pair, or I just buy new ones after I threw away all my old ones on tour.
Yeah.
Well, I was supplying people with socks on this last one. I was I packed extra. So
Ty does that too. Our singer does that for this tour, for our tours as well. He'll just go in and buy some. And be like, here, guys.
Yeah. It's
time for everybody to have new socks.
Your gift.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to look up some funny rider stuff, there's a website called The Smoking Gun, and they have like Iggy Pops and Marilyn like a bunch of Iggy Pops is probably the funniest because it's like written like a pissed off British dude, like just calling people blokes and other words that I'll probably get edited out here, but like the way it reads is like the dude's yelling at you basically, like telling you all these crazy things. And so there's some fun ones on there that I've looked at. Like, if you want to find some funny stuff to put on a rider, that's definitely the place to go.
Tell everybody where they can find your music and follow the band.
Yeah, we have an actual website is everybodypanicmusic.com, and then we're everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, any social medias, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
You kind of explained something to me that I really didn't think about till just recently as I got a new phone and I didn't have as much storage on it, and you were like, just get the Apple music.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going that route too, but the music industry is changing now. It used to be let's buy records or let's buy CDs or cassettes or whatever there's been throughout the years, and now there's no actual physical products anymore. Like, the majority of the population has switched to streaming, and so I have Google Play, and it's like $10 a month, and I can listen to everything.
Right.
Like, there's no more dragging around your big CD booklets or whatever. It's like it's on my phone. It's like, what do we want to hear today? Anything possible.
Or somebody stealing your big CD.
I was just going to say, like early 2000, back back in the day when I had a CD book still, I had two big ones, and it was one of those where if you went to a buddy's house, you couldn't bring your music unless you brought this giant thing. Well,
Binder.
I left them in my car, and somebody broke into my car, smashed my window, and stole over $2,000 worth of music. I'm not replacing that.
Yeah, and I'm
buy
for
a
the
single.
streaming. You're never going to scratch a streaming file.
Right.
You're never going to lose it. Nobody's ever going to steal it. So I mean, it's a cool thing. The biggest issue with it is really like, which they just passed the Music Monetization Act, Modernization Act, and so the biggest issue has always just been like money out of it, like. As a musician, we get like 0.006 cents or something for every stream. So you literally have to have millions to make even minimum wage off of it. But
well, dude,
still,
I'd be that person that one artist I like. I listen to it daily because I've got the Amazon Prime one.
Oh yeah,
and I've got an Echo in my house. So I go, "Hey Alexa, play the Staves."
Oh, it's funny. I
and
saw
it just goes.
I saw a meme online that was like, support your musician friends and go make a playlist of all their music and turn it on when you go to bed and just let it play 8 hours while you're asleep. Rack up plays for your friends. And I got a couple friends after I posted that were like, dude, every night I play your stuff. It's like,
are you on Prime? Because I play music for my dog every day while I'm at work. You'll get 8 hours every day.
Yeah. So that's we got a couple friends we got a couple friends that are just giving us,
Oh yeah. I'll stick you on. My dog will love you.
Yeah.
He's a rocker hardcore.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's named after AC/DC. So
awesome.
And also you can get their merch because everybody this sells out at every show. They've got this sweet shirt, Donald Trump on it that says "Everybody Panic."
It's a hit,
and it's funny because it doesn't it's not. People can interpret it however they want.
I left it open to be for anybody.
It doesn't say like
I have
F
friends
Trump
that
or
support
anything.
Trump. I have friends that don't support Trump.
Right.
But
Kanye West is a good friend of Provo's.
Hey, he did just sign that Music Modernization Act. So
Yeah.
thumbs
Yeah.
up. Thank you so much for signing that,
Yeah,
sir.
but everybody wants that Trump. Everybody
man.
panic
As
shirt.
soon as we put it up at any show, people are like taking pictures of it. Oh my, I gotta have this shirt. It's
but they
so
can
good.
order that online too.
Yeah. So from the website,
Yeah.
Everybody Panic Music, we have everything up there. So.
I'm going. You guys should go.
Yeah.
So we're here at Paint and Cheers in the Plaza District. If you're from Oklahoma City, it's off of 16th Street in between like Penn and Classen. And if you're not, then just go to paintandcheers.com and look them up. But out here, our good buddy Adam, he teaches people like how to paint. Like you're gonna make these paintings that like in a few hours. Like because I'm just saying, it's not like you have to keep coming and coming and coming to get good at it. You
Have a
come
good
one
night.
night and he's able to help you make a painting that you're gonna love. I mean, we'll show some like examples. That's just something I think he's working on, like this big Lincoln.
Yeah,
behind
if you can't see it, this is pretty
that's
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blocking your view of Lincoln. But
But like I mean, like in a few hours, he's gonna have you painting this painting that you're gonna be proud of,
And you're gonna be drunk.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun because you're drinking. They do large parties. They do ladies' night. Everybody's welcome here at Paint and Cheers. Reserve your seats at paintandcheers.com. And Fridays, well, actually Thursday through Sunday. Thursday nights, Thirsty Thursday with $2 Boda Box wine. And then Saturday at 2 p.m., bottomless sangria. 2 p.m. on Sunday, bottomless. The orange juice and the
Mimosa.
champagne mimosas.
that word's coming somewhere.
Yeah, so good. So,
Bottomless something.
Yes.
You know,
here.
I have some friends that have come up here for some paint nights, and they actually are always really surprised because they're not artsy at
Right.
all.
Yeah, that's
And they always leave with a painting that they're really proud of.
yeah.
And the best part is one of them has come enough that she said, you know, I'm actually learning painting techniques.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So now she's begun painting at home because she knows how to do these things that she didn't realize that's how they made those paintings.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive. If
It
you
is a
ever
fun
wanted
night.
to paint, this is a
Yeah,
great
so
way
see,
to
they
learn.
might turn into a Van Gogh. at
Yeah,
some point.
You
yeah,
never
yeah.
know. They just
Yeah.
needed
Couple
somebody to
lessons
teach
at
them.
Right.
couple lessons, a couple bottomless mimosas,
Exactly.
and we'll be painting.
You'll at least think you're Van Gogh.
Cut your ear off. Is that him? Right?
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah. But like I
I mean,
said,
watch out.
it really like I did this a few weeks ago with my wife and I am bad about painting because I am so like I don't stay in the lines, and then I'm just like F it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make something crazy.
Yeah.
But like the way Adam has you do it.
That's the good thing about art, though, is you
Yeah.
don't have to stay in the lines, and you don't have to paint something. the
I was
same as
just gonna
everybody
say.
else. You can paint a blob and call it art.
True.
It's your art. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
I had a hard time painting because I do stay in the lines,
Yeah.
and I'm not very creative. I
Well,
was not
yeah.
very creative. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
and that can frustrate you.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
My daughter used to do that. Like, she was pretty good, but then she'd be like, I messed it up. And I was like, that's how you find, like, that's how, what makes things, I don't know, that it gives it character.
Yeah.
And I think some of the best paintings and some of the best art was somebody starting off trying to do one thing and then, but letting it be fluid enough to
Yeah.
turn into something else.
Yeah, usually.
Like, I started this podcast with Buck and Cameo, and now it's turned into Provo and Whitney.
The Everybody Panic Show.
Yeah. Which, by the way, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to Provo about this stuff was because we kind of have a podcast we're planning called Backstage Pass, where
We're working on it.
yeah, where we just
in the
talk about
brainstorming
all
phase.
this stuff. Yeah, because Provo's got stories for days.
Yeah. Probably not suited for this show.
No, we'll do it where you can curse all you want.
Yeah.
I was just going to say,
Where's
let it
the
be
Where's
known.
the censor button?
Let it be known the next show
Just
will
need
not
a couple
be
censor
censored.
buttons.
And Whitney, you do, like I say, you do cosplay. You do superhero school at New World Comics, which people, this will be out by next week, but tomorrow you're going to be doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yes, and for the first time in my life, I get to play a character I actually really liked as a kid.
Who is it?
April O'Neil from
Oh,
Teenage Mutant
wow.
Ninja Turtles.
That's
so
awesome.
Come to see me with my wild 90s grandma hair.
You won't
It's
come to see her
amazing.
because this will be later.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'll do
Hopefully
something else by then. There will
you
be
have a time
pictures somewhere.
machine.
Teenage Mutant
come
Ninja
back.
Turtles, right?
Yeah,
here.
work on the time machine.
Yeah.
Come back and see me, and then take me, to see the universe.
Yeah.
Because Doctor Who fan, I want to see the universe and travel through time. You invent it, I'll come.
I saw that necklace earlier,
there.
and I called you a nerd.
Yeah.
Whitney took
Yeah.
offense to that.
I don't take offense to
No,
it.
I'm kidding.
I'm a huge nerd.
Yeah.
I just don't like being judged for my nerdiness on Nerds to Men show.
Yeah, the nerds to me.
I'm too nerdy, apparently, guys.
No, but they might see some pictures, right?
Oh yeah, there will be pictures. We usually always take some pictures and post them on Instagram. I have been really bad about it the last couple of months. Since I started taking classes, I have not been good about updating my Instagram. But I will definitely try and post some of those so that you can see it, because it's April O'Neil, guys. I get to wear a giant yellow jumpsuit. I'm in.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm going to be on Provo's bus.
Yeah, we'll be rocking.
Yeah. Ooh, we could dress you up as the Teen Wolf and let you ride on top of the bus.
I'm in.
That sounds horrifying.
Not any less horrifying than just riding in the bus.
You're right.
Then maybe you could just jump off.
Yeah, at least maybe I'll have claws. I can attach myself somehow.
Yeah.
Duck and roll.
Yeah. But do tell people where they can follow you on Instagram and stuff.
Oh, yeah. On Instagram, it is at sissyspace 643, SISSYSPACE 643. For those of you who don't know, 643 does actually have a meaning.
What
My
does it
dad
mean?
was giving me crap for this the other day. He was like, why do you have 643 on everything? That's
Right.
so weird. And well, he's got a really gruff voice.
Oh, yeah.
He's
That's
like,
weird.
That's just weird. I don't understand it. But 643 is the number of light
beast.
years. It's the number of light years away to the star Betelgeuse.
Oh, nice.
It's my
nice.
favorite constellation
Awesome.
because I'm that kind of nerdy.
That is pretty nerdy.
This is why I'm too nerdy for Nerds to Men.
What
I
a
thought
nerd.
it through, man.
Nerd.
I can cool it up. It was originally my roller derby name.
Well, there you go.
So,
There
you
Roller
know,
nerdy.
643 was my number.
It's my roller nerdy name.
My roller nerdy name.
That is awesome.
It's true. I'm real roller nerdy.
Well, next week we'll be back with Cameo, hopefully.
No, I'm taking over.
Yeah.
It's going to be the
He's out.
Provo to
He's
men.
out.
Yeah, Provo to
He's been
Men. And possibly Buck with, we'll have his comic book picks and everything with O-Buck, next week for those of you who are like, oh, hey, there's some dreadlocks.
Yeah, actually,
I know that
do
guy,
know that
actually.
See, I
Our
knew
dreads
it.
know each other.
I knew it. I
Our
knew
dreads
it.
know each other.
I knew it.
we have downloaded each other's information through dreads.
For Provo, for Whitney, I'm Brad Reed. Nerds to Men. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.